so frustrating to want something but not take the action towards it. Why don't we do that? Because we hold on to the excuses. We have reasons why we can't do something. We have reasons why things can't get better, or why you're not capable, or why this just isn't an option for you. When you are holding on to an excuse, it's like sticking yourself in a box. You're like, this is all I've got, and I can't do that because, and the excuses there holding you back. I want to show you how you can release what I'm calling the excused identities so that you can finally accept what it is you want. You can move towards it. Because how many times are you finding yourself saying, I want things to feel better. I want my relationship with my kids to be better. I want my whole experience as a mama to improve. But can you get it? Is it changing? Is it happening? Or are you stuck in these excused identities? There's more than you realize. One of the biggest ones that I was saying for so long was my kids are driving me crazy. You just don't understand. I can't do this. I can't step into this. I had all these excuses and they always came back to because my kids are driving me crazy. And people would believe it. People were like, yeah, I know. Kids are hard. Kids are this. Kids are that. Well, that was just validating my excuse. And so I kept holding on to it. We want to break free of that. We want to bring the power back to you so that you can see you don't need an excuse to get off the hook. You can rise above, you can take over the responsibility, and you can start to achieve what it is that you want without needing an excuse to say why you can't. That's the difference. Stop making the excuses that say why you can't have something and instead say, I'm not going to fall for that anymore. I'm going to rise above. I'm going to say clearly what it is I want. I'm going to allow myself to have that, and I'm going to go all in. I'm going to own that. It's going to become a reality for me. It's kind of like saying you want to go on vacation. You have the week off, and you can go wherever you want to go. You just got to pick that destination, but you don't ever do it. And you allow these excuses to come up about, well, I don't know if I'm really going to be able to do that because this, or maybe it's going to be too much money, and you're just coming up with these different excuses that in the end, you never pick a place to go. You never go anywhere. Now, a staycation at home, I'm all in for it. But if that's not what you really wanted, if you really wanted to go somewhere, instead you're staying home because you just couldn't make a decision, that's because you fell victim to an excused identity. You see, it happens in all these different ways. But I'm just using it as an analogy. You don't get to the vacation because the excuse held you back, and you don't get to live the life that you want. You don't get the experience in motherhood that you want because of excused identities. So I created this entire workshop because just releasing the excuses I was holding on to, one by one, releasing those helped me to feel better, helped me to step into my motherhood experience and enjoy it more, be able to connect with my kids more without blaming them for things, make so many different shifts that I needed to make that happened in my life, in my family, in my work situation, so many different positive impacts just from being able to release these excused identities that keep us in a box. They really limit it. It's like being behind a glass box and being able to see what's out there, and you really want it, but you can't go anywhere because you're stuck in the box. And these excuses can be so sneaky. So that's why I've broken it down, given you some steps for how you can identify them, how you can release them, and what you can do to move forward. I've given you practical strategies with story examples so you can move forward. The whole training is only about 90 minutes long because I know your time is precious. I also broke them down into short segments so you can watch individual videos at a time. And I've added in a bonus workbook so you have a journal guide to help you go through it, to help you to take action and apply it into your life. I've got a couple extra awesome bonuses in there as well. Check out the offer now. This is one of the things that you can do to start moving forward, to start feeling better about your life and get the results you want by breaking free of those excused identities.